A confession that has shocked the international music industry came from renowned singer and producer Charlie Puth. In an exclusive interview aired on Wednesday night, Charlie openly confirmed that he and BTS's Jungkook had secretly recorded a new song long before the public caught wind of the collaboration. This confession came only a few days after a video recording showing the two of them in a music studio began circulating widely on social media, sparking wild speculation among fans and industry observers. A big question then arose: is this an undercover promotional strategy or an unintentional leak? The short recording, originally uploaded by an anonymous TikTok user, showed Charlie and Jungkook sitting side by side behind the studio control desk, appearing serious as they listened to an unreleased piece of music. The blurry image did not prevent fans from believing that the moment was strong evidence of a secret project now revealed. Charlie Puth, known for his reputation as a perfectionist musician, stressed that the project was indeed deliberately kept secret. "We wanted to keep this moment exclusive until the right time," he said. Jungkook himself, although seemingly more reserved when asked, eventually confirmed that the recording process had been going on for several months. "We didn't want to give expectations too early, but this is something we are proud of," the BTS vocalist said briefly. This fact further fueled excitement among ARMY and Charlie Puth fans worldwide. Hashtags such as #JungkookCharliePuth and #SecretCollab instantly dominated Twitter's global trending topics in just a matter of hours. Many linked this collaboration to their previous success when they performed Left and Right, which topped international charts in 2022. Will this latest release rival or even surpass that achievement? However, behind the growing enthusiasm, some parties reminded the public not to be reckless in accepting every piece of information circulating. Was the video that spread truly taken recently? Was Charlie and Jungkook's confession part of a narrative deliberately built to create a viral effect? In the entertainment industry ecosystem full of creative marketing strategies, it is not impossible that this leak was planned from the beginning. Music analysts have also begun linking this moment to the increasingly popular trend of cross-country collaborations. Many major labels often use mysterious moments like this to spark public curiosity, create a wave of coverage, and ensure the latest single receives maximum reception. The fact that this news appeared via social media before official confirmation adds another layer of complexity. Is this an uncontrolled natural phenomenon, or a communication strategy deliberately designed to harness the power of virality? For some fans, these questions actually add to the appeal of the collaboration. Speculation about the song's genre, the music video concept, and the possibility of the first live performance continues to fill discussion forums and comment sections. But for skeptics, this phenomenon is an important reminder that not all information circulating in the digital world reflects factual truth. It should be noted that this information comes from a combination of various sources, ranging from TikTok and YouTube uploads, interview clips in international music media, to screenshots circulating on Twitter. Unfortunately, not all sources can be fully verified. There is a possibility that some content has been edited, trimmed, or presented out of context to shape a certain narrative. To this point, it is important to invite readers, especially fans, to be critical and ask, are what we see and hear really happening as reported? Did Charlie Puth and Jungkook truly keep this project secret purely for a surprise for fans? Or is this all just part of a grand strategy that exploits public curiosity? As consumers of information, we have a responsibility to distinguish between fact and mere sensation. The modern entertainment industry often blurs the line between the two, so the public needs to hone critical thinking skills, not only in understanding music, but also in digesting the stories behind its creation. Until the label announces official details, what we can do is wait while continuing to question the motives behind every step taken by the artists and their team. One thing is certain, whether by coincidence or strategy, its effect on public attention has exceeded expectations. Now all eyes are on one main question: when will the song be released, and what kind of musical breakthrough will the Charlie Puth and Jungkook duet bring this time? The growing excitement needs to be placed in a clear frame of thought. Is the public witnessing authentic facts, or simply swallowing a narrative designed to trigger mass engagement? clicks, and viral conversations? Do the confession and visual snippets circulating represent real events? Or are they a form of digital dramaturgy playing on collective emotions? The first crucial question targets the source and context. Have the studio recordings and quoted brief statements undergone a multi-layered verification process, or are they simply accepted because they align with fans' expectations? Have we independently examined the origin of the files, upload traces, and timeline chronology? We must also weigh the motives behind the exposure of this information. Who benefits the most from this flood of conversation? The artists, the label, the digital platforms, content creators, or the advertising ecosystem? Is the architecture of this information distribution mere coincidence, or part of a launch strategy prioritizing hype over certainty? On the other hand, the public cannot be expected to wait for official confirmation without an analytical basis. Is there consistency between the images, audio, and claimed statements, or are there technical mismatches indicating editing? Are the metadata, room backgrounds, and visible equipment compatible with the mentioned production standards? We need to test for bias that may cloud judgment. Does enthusiasm for previous collaborations make us more permissive toward weak evidence? Or does excessive suspicion obscure the possibility that this is indeed a genuine release? Are we judging based on data, or on the narrative we want to hear? Furthermore, it is important to emphasize that the information we convey comes from various media sources such as TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and several others. However, does diversity of channels automatically guarantee truth, or does it instead increase the chance of distortion when content clips are moved across platforms without context? Does repeated reposting become evidence, or just an echo from one original source? Considering these dynamics, readers are invited to practice methodological skepticism. Do you truly believe that this event is real, or do you see a pattern of attention engineering worth re-examining? Is your belief built on verification, or on the intensity of discussion? We must also assess the integrity of the message. Does the diction used in the confession imply a definite release, or merely an acknowledgement of involvement without a time and format commitment? Do vague promises such as soon and wait for a surprise replace details that should be auditable? In the realm of ethics, equally important questions arise. Is it legitimate to use ambiguity to stimulate the market, or does such a practice erode long-term public trust? Does a teaser strategy without a verifiable basis strengthen the music ecosystem, or does it instead encourage shallow information consumption? All these elements converge on media literacy. Are readers willing to delay judgment, trace primary data, and distinguish between claims, opinions, and facts? Are readers ready to accept the possibility that this big news may be true, partially true, or completely inaccurate? To aid reflection, consider a set of practical questions. Is there an official press release from the label? Is there a registration of the work in the song publishing database? Is there a timeline consistency between the recordings, uploads, and the artist schedules? Has a credible third party conducted independent confirmation? In the end, our call is simple yet firm. Remain critical, verifiable, and reflective before concluding. Are you willing to re-examine the evidence, acknowledge uncertainty, and refrain from making claims that go beyond the data? Are you ready to engage in open discussion, not to win an argument, but to approach the truth? We reiterate that the truth of this information still needs further verification, so any temporary conclusion should be treated as a hypothesis, not a certainty. Are we ready to celebrate a new release if proven valid, while acknowledging the possibility of correction if the facts indicate otherwise? Thank you for your caution, participation, and commitment to the integrity of information. Thank you.